Hi, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and if you'll recall from my last video, if you watched it, I said you can make a bar necklace out of just about any beads. Try it, change it, be your own. So, we are going to make another bar necklace, this time using beads from the SoftFlex Company's Design Challenge Kit, Lunar New Year. And it's going to be really cute. So let's turn down and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, here we are with what we're going to use. I have got some 18 gauge German style wire. I believe it's about 9 inches. Yes, it is. And these pieces are from our SoftFlex Company Lunar New Year kit. And this is how I've set them out. Now, as I've said before, you need to always check to see if your beads are going to fit on your wire. And all of these are looking good so far. Now this one was a little stiff, and that is because of its length. It wants to try to curve before it gets there. So you want to, when you're using a larger bead like this, you want to get your wire as straight as possible so that it will go through there easily. And of course the kitty has a big hole, so we don't have to worry about him. So the first thing we want to do is, of course, make the loop on the one side for where you're going to hook your chain onto. So let's get that made. So do your bend. I use my bell making pliers for my loops. I think they're more consistent that way. You can use round nose, you can use bell making, whatever you want to use to make your loop. Bring her around, drop her, and come across. Now if you need to straighten your wires up some, go for it. We want this particular shape, however, when we're done. Now once you've got that done, grab it right here where the bend is at and bring your, and then wrap your wire around 2, 3, 4 times, whichever works better for you. I'm going to go with 3. So then we'll trim this off, being careful not to get anything else, and tuck it in. And now we're going to start stringing our beads on. So I'm going to put the red bead on first, then a bead cap, black bead, bead cap, white bead, and then I'm going to go for this smaller caged crystal, or crystal rondell, not a caged crystal, it's crystal rondell, on here. And I'm using the smaller one because this is a teardrop and it's smaller on this side. So we'll put that so that it goes into the then we're going to use this one, which is bigger because, well, it's got a little fatter bottom. Then we have the black one. This bead cap, aren't these pretty bead caps? These came in the kit. I really like those. Our kitty, isn't he pretty? This is one of the lucky kitties. Bead cap, black bead, large crystal rondell spacer, red, small crystal spacer, white, bead cap, black, bead cap, and red. Now as you can see, I probably could have done with about 1 inch less wire. And that's perfectly fine. If you wish to use less wire, that's great. And frankly, you don't even have to make it this long. This is actually a pretty long bar wire, and I'm going to probably, after I get the other end done, tip this up some so that it makes a makes a bow in it. So let's get our okay. Now I noticed that I end on this side, so I'm going to want my bow to go the other direction because I want my kitty to fall this direction. So the bar needs to go up this way so that this loop is towards the back. So we need to do a little twist here to get it that way. I'm probably going to need to do some more twisting before I'm done here, but that's fine. What we need to do now is to make this other side, and we want it to be about the same direction. So our loops need to go up and down like this, and if you don't get them quite right, you can straighten them later. Don't worry about that. We'll bend this way. Go with our bell making pliers, same one we used before, so that our loop is the same. Over and around. Bring her around. Check to make sure you've got the lollipop pop shape. If you do, grab hold of it here and wrap this. And you've noticed I let it drop down too far. So I noticed that before it went too far, so I take it back and I can put my pliers in the loop like this and then bring this up. Just pull it up with your pliers to tighten that up to the loop better. And do that on both sides so that you don't have to worry about going over the top of the other one when you come back. Okay, so now we'll get back to holding it again and bring it around. And that's about the right spot. Let's make sure we've got the cut going on the same side. So it goes over here. I should have held that, but I did not. So, okay, now what we want to do is we want the kitty to be falling to the front, but we also want our cuts to be falling to the back. So let's go like this, because this is where it goes to the back, this one goes to the back, and now we'll do our bend. Now, as you can see, I think I have this bent a little more than this side, so we'll bend this up a little more. Till we figure we have it pretty consistent. And if you need to, you can use something to check that by. So like, let's put our ruler down here and just put the kitty here and see where those bows happen at. See, we're up there, right up side to side there. We're at about the same spot, so that's good. So now what we want to do is get out some chain and a clasp and put this on the back. Okay, so I've got this really pretty chain, and the first thing we're going to want to do is decide how long we want this to be. I like my bar necklaces to be about, generally about 18 inches. So we're probably only going to want about 7 inches maybe up the sides, if even this, especially since this is now 5 inches long, as you can see. So if we were to put 6 inches on either side of chain, maybe we'll go with about 7 inches of chain on either side, and that will give me 14 inches of chain and 5 inches, so that should be good. So let's cut 7 inches of chain on either side. So we'll cut this link right here. And I have noticed that when this one was cut, the excess little bit stuck over here, so we want to take our pliers and see if we can't wiggle that off. There we go, came off with no problem. So we want the chain to be the same on the other side. We still want the 7 inches, but notice this has got a ball and then a oval. So we want the other side to be the same with a ball and an oval. So we will go to the side here that has the ball, put it down, come up to 7, and we want to cut right here. So there we go, our two 7-inch pieces of chain. We can put the rest of our chain away. And now we need to get some jump rings to hook the chain onto the bar, and then we also need to get a clasp. So I will get a magnetic clasp out and be right back. Okay, so I've got a magnetic clasp. This is a little clasp, but it's very, very strong. And I've got 4 oval jump rings, 2 for putting the clasp on the chain, and 2 for putting the chain onto the bar. So let's get started doing that. We won't need scissors anymore, just all we're going to need from now on is our pliers. So we want to take our jump ring. Now I have oval jump rings. I prefer them because the break is on the side and it keeps the keeps all of the weight off of the side where you don't want it at. I mean, the top and bottom where you don't want the weight, because it will easily, sometimes they will open up. I actually lost an earring before I started using oval jump rings, just half of it, because I lost it in the airport in Salt Lake City, and we never could find the other half of the earring. And that's when I started using oval ones, because it had worked its way. The half that fell off was a little dopped oval circle, and it went right through the groove of the jump ring, and it was very upsetting to lose that. Not that I couldn't remake it, because I had made them myself. I just wasn't real thrilled with having to do so. Okay, now our chain is on, and the last step is to put on our clasp. So of course we just get them back off of it because it's grabbed them, and open up one of these jump rings just like we did on the other side. Nice little twisting motion. Grab the chain, put it through the link. Now you'll find sometimes with this smaller link chain you will need to get a smaller jump ring, because these are, I believe they're 6s, because the otherwise it just won't go through. The links just tend to be too big, or I should say the jump ring is too big for the links. Tighten this up a little bit, as long as it will stop grabbing me. There we go. That looks good. Now we need to put the other side on. Twist. So you can see those links are very tiny holes. You see that? Yeah. So you come here, through there. I really love these magnetic clasps. They're small. They're a little spendy too, but that's all right. And but they're well worth it. They are really, really tough little magnets, and they really hold. So there's our little Lucky Kitty necklace. And if you want these, see, they don't want to come off, slide them sideways. Just push on the side and get them to slide. And that's the easiest way to get these to open, is to slide them back and forth. So there's our little Lucky Kitty Lunar New Year necklace. Now, if you wanted this bowed more, you could definitely bow it more. I like the way I have it right here now. So here we go, all finished. So here we go. Here's our little Lucky Kitty necklace. Just see how that works. Now, it would be a little, if I pull my hair out, it's going to fall a little lower than this. So there she is. Isn't she cute? So, there we go. Our little Lucky Kitty necklace. And I think that turned out really nice. I hope you liked it. As I said, bar necklace. You can just put just about anything you want on this. Just find something for a focal and then put anything else on. It's great. They work really pretty. They make a really nice little statement necklace, and they're easy and fast to make. So anyway, I hope you liked that. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden with using my SoftFlex Company Design Kit Lunar New Year. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.